My name is Amanda Hopko, and today I will be performing the monologue, The Interview, written by Divya Manikandan. Good morning. My name is Janine Brefsinski, and I know those are two very polar, funny-sounding names, but that's just me. I'm a bit American and a bit Polish. My mother always says I have the benefits of the American dream, blessed with a Polish work ethic. Oh, Janine, what's wrong with you? You sound like a cheesy infomercial. Actually, you might be worse than that. If you were selling a vacuum cleaner, no one would buy it because of how stupid you sound. No, not now, Mom. I'm about to go in. Okay, where were we? Good morning. My name is Janine Brefsinski. How are you doing this fine morning? Oh, that's wonderful. So, how are you feeling today? Oh, Janine, you can't ask your interviewer how they're feeling. That's for them to ask you. Just shut up and sit down, you silly human being. Okay, take three. You can do this. Oh, that is an excellent question. First off, the research opportunities at your university are mind-blowing. The stem cell project, pure genius. And the self-sustaining ecosystems, I would love to be around that kind of innovation. Okay, and now you sound completely pretentious. Come on, Janine, do you want to get into college or not? Good God, woman, get yourself together. Plato's sympos. How do you say this word? Symposium? All right. My favorite book is Plato's Symposium. And why, you may ask? Well, because my mother told me it'll make me sound smart. Remember, Janine, open body language and smile. Open and smile. No. Blah, 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 blah. I love to learn. Something. Oh, I spend my summers attending contemporary art conferences in Europe. No, that's stupid. Where's the important stuff? Oh, right, okay. This needs to be memorized before the interview starts. No, Mom, I haven't been called in the interview yet. You don't have to call me every 2 minutes. Oh my God. I didn't mean to yell like that. I'm sorry. Yeah, yes, of course. I'll come in right away. I'm so sorry.
Hi, my name is Michael Williams, and I will be doing Boy's Monologue from Peter and the Starcatcher, written by Rick Elise. Enjoy. Tell you what, you say sorry so easy. Like the rough patch, smoothed over, no hard feelings, everything's fixed. Well, no. There's dark. A massive darkness in the world. And if you get trapped in that cave, like us, it tears you down. Sorry doesn't fix it. Better to say nothing than sorry. When it's night, and I'm too scared to sleep, I look through the cracks, between the wood nailed over the window. And I see all those little stars that I just can't reach. And I think that in 100 or 2 or 300 years, maybe boys be free and life will be so beautiful that nobody will ever say sorry again. Because nobody will have to. I think about that a lot.
Hi, I'm Lily Barrett, and today I'll be performing the monologue Dylan by Douglas Parker. This is Dylan. Dylan is a stuffed bear, but he's not just any stuffed bear. Dylan used to talk a lot, especially after we first moved here, and I really miss my old friends. Then he used to tell me everything, like how lonely he was, and how much he wished we could move back to my old town, and how much he missed my old room. But about a year ago, after I started being friends with Morgan, he started talking less. And then after I started playing soccer and hanging out with everyone from the team, he started hardly talking at all. But sometimes if I wake up in the middle of the night and something is really bothering me, Dylan will come over and sit next to me and we'll talk just like we used to. But every time we talk a little bit less, and sometimes I'll just call one of my other friends instead. I think that one day Dylan will stop talking completely. But I hope he doesn't. You won't stop, will you, Dylan?
Hello, my name is Caden Lockwood, and today I'm going to be performing a monologue from Dear Evan Hansen by Stephen Levinson. Today is going to be an amazing day, and here's why. Today all you have to do is just be yourself, but also confident and approachable and easy to talk to, but just all you have to do is just be yourself. Like, that's number one. Just be yourself. And also, don't worry if your hands are gonna get sweaty, because they're not. And even if they did, it's not like you could do anything about it. So I don't even know what you're thinking about it, because it's just all you have to do is just be yourself. All you have to do is just be yourself. But I'm not even worried about it though, because it's not gonna be like that time you had the perfect chance to introduce yourself to Zoe Murphy after the jazz band concert, and she would introduce herself, and you'd be all like, hey, Chloe, is that your name? Chloe? And she'd be all like, no, it's Zoe, And you'd be all like, oh, sorry, I thought you said Chloe, because I'm very caught up with other things right now. But you didn't even end up saying that. You didn't end up saying anything, because you thought your hands were going to get sweaty, and you thought they already were, which they weren't, until you started worrying about it. So then your hands started getting sweaty. So then you thought I should just go to the bathroom, and you did. And you went to the hand dryer, and you were using the hand dryer, but then your hands were still sweaty. And now it's even worse, because now they're just warm.
Hi, my name is Leah Geeson, and I will be performing a monologue from She Is Lost and Is Found by Richard Hensley. My character is Sue, and she is the older sister of a teenage runaway, Janie. In this scene, Sue is confronting her parents about the realities of their past and present behaviors. I don't know if I really want to marry Walter. I know I accepted his proposal, but Mother, you encouraged it. Maybe I was so used to trying to please you that I just went along with it, and before I knew it, we were engaged. You and Dad certainly seemed pleased about it. I did not say I didn't love Walter. I just said I'm not sure now that I'm ready to marry him. Things just aren't as clear now. You never asked, did you? Neither of you. Mother, for my whole life, you've planned my every move. You've created the perfect daughter, and for the past 2 years since Janie disappeared, you've buried your life in what I've been doing. I've become the living antidote for what Janie did to our family reputation. And you, Dad, you've always petted your daughters and bragged to others about how charming we were. That is, when you had time. We never really have talked, have we? We don't really know each other that well. You've attended the important ceremonies of our lives, and you've paid our bills. What did that tell you about us as individuals? For the past 2 years, you've been involved in only 2 things: your job and finding Janie. This is a silent household when all 3 of us have been here. Haven't we always been more interested in achievements and recognition and not feelings and personalities? We are in the same house, but on different wavelengths. I want to be seen as something more than the blue ribbon winner at a child show, and I think Janie did too. Yes, you showed me you loved me, and everything you gave from love. I know that. Yes, you've given us a great deal. You've given us everything, and I do appreciate it. But you never gave us the chance to give. Maybe we had something to give you if you just let us.
Hello, my name is Joshua Guest, and I'm going to be performing My Father, the Duck by Jefferson Thomas. There's no need to explain. It's cool. I don't have a dad either, but it's not for the usual reasons like divorce or death or that he ran off with the manicures. Nope, couldn't do anything normal like that. You see, every year my dad would dress up as a duck. He started doing it when I was 4. We all thought it was really funny at first. He had this strap-on duck bill, and every time we went up to a house, he'd say, "Quack, treat." The neighbors all found him hilarious. They said stuff like, "You're such a fun dad," or "I wish I could quack that well." But slowly, it got worse. Mom and I started getting concerned when I was 6. That year, he bought a full-size duck suit, covered head to toe in fake feathers. I asked him, "Dad, what time are we gonna go trick-or-treating?" And he said, "Who's Dad? My name is Ernest Quakerton." His real name isn't even Ernest. It's Doug. On Halloween, he was no longer my dad, but calling him Ernest would be the least of my concerns. One year, he taped his arms down like wings. The next year, he left the English language completely for quacks. Every year, I saw my dad drifting further and further from man and closer to duck. But this year was the last straw. I come home from school on Halloween Day, dreading what I might see. And just what I suspected, I saw no husky man sitting on the couch, just a duck. My mom shot me a concerned glance. "Ernest," I said, "it's time to go trick-or-treating." The duck went wild. It quacked, it flapped, it started knocking things over. My mom got really mad and just told me to get into the car. I heard a rustling in the trunk, and we just drove. I didn't know where we were going until I saw it. The petting zoo. My mom got out of the car, and I walked right behind her as he took Ernest out of the trunk and brought him inside. We got to the duck cage, and she said, "Ernest, it's time," and handed him to the keeper. So technically, I still have a dad. We could go see him if we want. There are also goats and pigs and chickens and rabbits.
Hi, my name is Abby Kuhn, and I will be performing a monologue from Peter and the Starcatcher, written by Rick Ellis.
You stop that right now. I won't answer any such question. You're leaning towards sentimental, and that's all good and well for a boy. But the fact is, we girls don't have time to be sentimental. We must instead be strong. And when I marry, I shall make it very clear to this person that sentimentality is not on the calendar. He will have to lump it or leave it. And if he should leave, I'll stay spinster and pin my hair back and volunteer weekends at the hospital. And I will love words for their own sake, like hyacinth and Piccadilly and onyx. And I will have a good old dog and think what I like and be a part of a different sort of family with friends, you know, who understand that things are only worth what you're willing to give up for them.
Hi, my name is Owen Thomas, and I will be performing Paranoia by Douglas Parker. Who said that being paranoid's a bad thing? Was it you? Well, I heard someone say it. First of all, I don't like people talking about me behind my back. Second, I'm not paranoid. You're the ones who must be paranoid, the way you look at me all the time. Third, even if I was paranoid, which I'm not, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing or that people need to be hiding behind trees or looking through my bedroom window all the time. That's crazy. Totally nuts. And I'm not saying it's all of you, just most of you, and you know who you are. So yeah, to all of you who talk behind my back and say that I'm paranoid, I would just like to say that paranoid is another word for survival instinct, as in survival of the fittest. So, and you might be afraid that I might be fitter than you, so you need to work on your own issues. I'm not the problem here. So, yeah. I gotta go. And don't follow me. Bye. Bye.
Hi, I'm Ryan Massey. I will be performing a monologue from Joseph Fisher's Cupid and Psyche. It tells the famous and ultimately tragic tale of Daphne and Apollo, told from the perspective of Eros, or, as the title implies, Cupid. I hope you enjoy. Love. It seems like a gift to bless someone with love. No, it was a curse indeed. His eyes fell on a beautiful wood nymph, a green-eyed little sprite named Daphne. Without a second thought, he swooped down from Olympus to announce his love. He said, "You shall be mine, for I am Apollo." We all know how that part goes. But Daphne, she was not your usual nymph. She was the only one of her kind who was not prone to making mischief with the men that wandered through the woods. She spent her time in the company of woodland creatures, hanging from the branches of ancient trees. She refused him. Apollo insisted, and she refused him again. And then began the chase. None makes their way through the woods faster than a dryad, but none makes their prey faster than a god of the hunt. Through glades and thickets they ran for hours and hours, all the while Apollo gaining on her inches at a time. She could see her fate, and she refused to be taken by him. Between her heaving breaths, she began to pray to the spirits of the forest to deliver her from, as she saw it, death. She knew the spirits would answer her prayers, and she knew there would be a price. But to spend her life as a god's plaything was not an option. She accepted the consequences of her deliverance. Suddenly, she could no longer run, and her legs were stiff. She looked down to see her legs begin to twist and shift into roots, and her skin transform into coarse bark. The last thing Daphne ever saw was her hands, beginning to sprout into leaves and branch off towards the sun. Where there once was a happy ending, now stands a towering tree, mighty in its size and its sadness. And where there once was a quiet glade is now a raging river, created from Apollo's tears. Those branches that he wears on his head are torn from her limbs. He was devastated. He has not been the same since. Well, he has always been arrogant, and arrogance that comes from ignorance can sometimes be pleasant. But arrogance that comes from anger frightens me more than the hot blood of Hades. It is clear to me now. He will not rest until I have lost all, like he has.